All right, we're gonna go live in 3, 2, 1. So, are we live yet? 3, 2. Oh wait, hey, we're live, Jeremy. Shoot. Okay, we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pixel Stabbers. So today I'm excited because I just learned about Fujifilm cameras, specifically the X Series cameras. They have a lot of cameras in their lineup. I mean, a lot. But the good thing is, there's a camera for every budget and there's a camera for every need. Whether you're a vlogger, casual shooter, a professional shooter, anything, X-Series camera is your answer. But there's so many to choose from, and in this video, we're gonna figure out which one is right for you. And today, to help me, is Jeremy Chan, who's a Fujifilm X photographer. He's got a lot of experience working with Fuji cameras, and he has a ton of knowledge in Fuji cameras. Hey Jeremy, take it away.
Hi guys. I'm Jeremy, and yes, I am an ex-photographer, so I work with Fuji film camera quite a lot. I study them, so hopefully my information and my knowledge can help you guys out, figure it out, because I have people asking me, so within the X series line, there's so many different camera. How do I know which one's good for me, and how do I know what's the difference between the camera? So today, me and David is going to break it down for you. Hopefully, they will help you out.
Yeah, I know. Like, okay, take a look at this. There's so many lineup.
Oh,
These are all the Fuji X Series cameras. There's a ton of them, right? We will use some of our resources and we'll jump over to the website and take a look at some of the stuff on the website. As you can see here, we are at Fujifilm's camera, and there's GFX series, there's an X series, and there's a Fine Pick series. You want to quickly go over that, Jeremy, just so that they know that we're focusing on the X series today and why we are?
Okay, so currently right now, if you know about Fuji, one thing you know about Fuji is they do not make full frames. That's what I love about them.
Oh shoot, I just realized that right now. They don't make full frame. What?
They do not make full frames. They have the GFX series, which is all medium format.
Holy cow, yeah.
So the newest one they came out with, the Fujifilm GFX 100, is 100 megapixels. Okay, and then the other ones has 50S and 50R, and I play with those. Love it. I mean, how can you not love a medium format camera, right?
Yes.
Now, here's the catchy thing.
Yes.
Exclusively GFX 100, because that's like a top thing. The GFX 50S and 50R, it's just slightly more expensive than the current nowadays full frame cameras. Just slightly.
Yes.
So for a little bit of money, we can upgrade to medium format, which is one thing I love about Fujifilm is that they don't get into the market like all the other camera manufacturers that go into full frames and fight the full frame war. They took the high road. They make
Why fight the war? Go medium format.
Exactly.
The road is wide open.
Why don't they do more? Exactly.
Right.
So, and then the fine picks, we're not going to talk about it today because the fine pick is pretty much like underwater and waterproof vacation camera. Let's say you go to Hawaii and you want to go scuba diving and then you pick the camera.
Yep.
It's just like point and shoot. You know,
okay.
Pretty simple stuff. Today we're going to focus on the X series.
Right. Okay. Very cool.
Because they have so many different lines and people get confused. So we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. So as you can see, GFX series here, these are the medium format. They're expensive. Don't worry about them. We're not going to focus on them today. Here's the X series. And all these are the X series cameras. And then this is still X series camera. And then
I love them.
Yeah, we're coming down to the Fine Picks. And we're not going to talk about these. Again, these are for vacation, underwater stuff. We'll talk about that in another video. But today, we're focusing on all these cameras here. So there's a lot of cameras to go about. So we will jump over to our little presentation here. We will start with our first slide. What is this, Jeremy? What is this?
That's one of my pictures I took with XT3.
This is intended to be here. Picture. Okay, cool. It's very colorful. I like it.
I actually use the camera. I don't just talk about it. I use them.
Yeah. And after this video, I'm going to get myself an X-T4, which you will know later on what that camera is. It's really cool. I want one. I really want one. But anyway, Jeremy took this picture. Love the color, love the vibrance. But what you don't see is the look and feel of the Fuji cameras. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because Fuji cameras have a unique characteristic to them that's very different from your typical Canon, Nikon, Sony cameras. They have the technology, they have all the modern features, but what they have is the look and feel of taking picture. They bring back the excitement of taking pictures that is so lost nowadays with the digital age. So let's talk about that a little. Yeah.
I'm going to go for a little bit more with this presentation first before I talk about my personal feel with Fujifilm cameras. That's how I fell in love with them. But right now it's too early. I'll wait till later when you see some of the specs and all that stuff. So okay, so for this is another thing that you got to know about Fuji. Besides they don't make full frame, is they make this X-trend CMOS sensors. Okay. Most of the camera out there, that doesn't matter what. I think Canon, Nikon, Sony, they all make the same type of sensors as Bezer sensor. I think it's named the Beta one. Is it Bezer, right? It's basically named after the inventor of this sensor. So you can see a difference between that and the X-trend, which Fuji made. The patterns of the RGBs are different. So what's so good about it then is that, so with the X-trend, you have less noise which high ISO, which is good. And they have less moire because of the patterns of the RGB. So you have less moire. That you can see that from, you don't know what moire is, you look at the shirt of that. Whenever you have like a similar patterns, sometimes you will get that kind of artifact. You see how the picture had the artifact right now? That's what I'm talking about. With the X-trend, you have less of that. And because of the X-trend, the pattern of it doesn't really need no pass filters, meaning that you get sharper image. Because most other beta filters, they require a low pass filter in front of it to filter out some of the light, ultraviolet, I don't know, whatever this technology being. But what that does is actually filter out a lot of information. So you don't get as sharp, and then you require like afterward to sharpen the image again. But with the X-trend, basically it doesn't have the filter pass and all that stuff, and basically you just get sharper in-camera image, period. And also one last thing is that when it reach, even though at a high ISO, it gets some noise, the noise will be more film-like rather than just digital noise. So it looks more pleasing.
Yeah, I mean, this is really new information to me too. Like, I always used to see the Bayer sensor and the normal pattern, but this X-trend sensor is pretty cool. It's got all those features that we talked about, all those 4 features, and the reason why we start this conversation with this slide is not to bore you and give you a lot of information. This is as technical as we go in this presentation, but it's very important to understand this sensor because not all the Fujifilm X Series cameras have this sensor, which is very important to realize why you would want this sensor or why you wouldn't want the sensor. I mean, of course it's better, but the cheaper cameras are more affordable and they don't come with a sensor, so you just have to know the trade-off. Let's move on to the next slide.
So basically there's a lot of cameras within the X series, so this is how we break it down. There's 4 categories, well actually no, 3 categories, I'm sorry. 3 categories: the fixed lens compact, the SLR style interchangeable lens, and then the rangefinder style interchangeable lens. We're not going to talk about the GFX system today because that's medium format. That could be another video, right? But yes. Not today. Yeah. So just remember the fixed lens compact, the SLR style interchangeable lens, and also rangefinder style interchangeable lens. So this is 3 categories. We'll break it down, okay?
Fixed lens compact really means you have one lens that's attached to the camera forever, and it's usually a single focal length.
Yeah, it's fixed,
and it's one focal length. So it really makes you think about your composition. And then the DSLR style are your typical ones, which has interchangeable lens. And of course your rangefinder style, which is very unique when I first heard about it too. It has to do with where the viewfinder is placed. So Jeremy will go into that in more detail once we look at an example of that camera. Right, Jeremy?
Yep.
All right, cool. We'll move on to the first one, which is a fixed lens compact. So X100, right?
Yep. So this is the first camera I'm going to talk about is within the fixed lens compact. So you can tell it's basically also rangefinder style. What is a rangefinder, you ask? So with all the newest digital camera, your viewfinder is in the center. Rangefinder's viewfinder is on the left or on the right, depends on how you look at the camera, right?
Right.
So one side.
Yeah.
So what's good about it is that when you actually put the camera in your right eye, your left eye is out here. So at some point, you could actually have both eyes open and see the view and also put the viewfinder at the same time. Rumor says that it could help you compose your picture better. That depends on the person level. But what's so special about this one here? So the picture we have here is the newest X100 series, is the new X105, or they call it X100V, okay? The 5th generation. Now this X100 series is the building block of all Fujifilm X Series camera, okay? If you go back to, I don't know, 50 years earlier, all the camera, this is pros before digital happens, right? In film camera, the camera looks like this.
Yeah.
They can't change lens.
It looks classic.
It's fixed lens.
Yes.
That's what they're going for. So it's fixed lens. There's another specialty about it. You can see it right here, but the viewfinder is actually hybrid, both optical and digital. So you can switch on and off. And this is an APS-C sensor. Like I said, Fuji do not make full frame. This is APS-C sensors. And it comes with the X-Trend, the newest and most powerful. I think this one here is X-Trend 4, right? Yes, X-Trend 4.
I believe so. Yeah, let's actually jump over to their website and take a little bit of a look to see. So here's Fuji's website.
How good that look.
Yeah, so check out this video. I'll just show you the video of this X100 It's incredible. Check this out. Just watch. I mean, the design is amazing. It's very high quality aluminum on the top and I believe aluminum on the bottom.
Look at that, sweet.
It's beautiful.
Look at that round corner. Wow.
Yeah, and I love the dials. The dials really take you back to like classic photography. Very compact.
Oh. Yes. I remember now.
Yes.
You have a question asked me. Okay, so before I move too far.
Yes.
This camera's fixed lens is 23 millimeters.
Yes.
Which is equated to almost like 30 or 35, right?
Yes, I believe so. They usually
so
have...
you're asking me what? I think you asked me at one point why that range? Because
Yes.
if you look at the viewfinder being optical, okay, that optical range is actually 23 millimeters. So we look at it, what you're seeing is actually exactly what the lens is. So that's why it's 23 millimeters.
That makes a lot of sense because, like you said, because you're using a rangefinder, you have one eye naturally and one eye through the camera. So that you would be pretty screwed up.
If you look through the viewfinder and look at the real thing, it doesn't match, right?
Yes.
In this case, the focal length of the lens and also viewfinder match perfectly.
Exactly. Yes. Very good point.
That's why. So the design one, it has to be fixed lens. Imagine you could change that to an 85 or something, and you have an optical viewfinder. It would not work.
Yeah, it won't. It won't. So this is another video that shows how elegant the design is. Like I like the silver. It just looks so nice and classy. It's like a talking piece when you take this out and you just use it. You really enjoy the finesse details of photography when you have a Fujifilm camera like this. Let's see. Oh, and this one, I love this picture because you see this? That's how the rangefinder works.
That little switch on the front basically is turned on and off the optical and digital viewfinders.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Yes, when you turn off the optical, then what you look through there is actually your OLED viewfinder. You have 3.69 million dot OLED display. It has everything. You got the LCD in the back, you got your optical viewfinder, then you got your electrical digital viewfinder. You choose which one you want to use.
The camera allows you to either go pure photography or you want to play with the high-tech stuff. You can also do that too. It could be a choice. It could be an option. That's why it's fun.
I really like this camera. Like I've been saying I want the X-T4, but if I can buy two cameras, I probably want this as another one too. Just because I love the simplicity of it. You have one lens and it's fixed focal length and you just have to be really creative about it. And I love that you're trapped because today with modern day technology, you have so many options, you kind of lose yourself with it. When you're stuck
the option is still there. You see that? We know they just did like a touch screen focus. So all that technology is in this camera as well. It's just not a simple camera. It has everything.
Right. My point is not the technology, but rather the focal length, right? Because today we can buy as many lenses as we want. But when you're stuck with one focal length and it's fixed and you can't change the lens, it kind of lets you be more creative in that light.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah, and speaking of light, it's also got like really good low light capabilities, like a -5 EV. It can focus and do eye detection at that level of darkness. So that's
all because of the X processor and the X trend sensor combination that allow the camera to do that. So it's pretty powerful stuff in there.
And since we're on this topic of like color science, you want to give a little background about why color science is so important to Fujifilm?
Well, up to now, how many camera manufacturer actually make films?
I don't know the answer to that.
Does Sony make films?
No.
Does Canon make films?
No.
Does Nikon make films?
They don't anymore.
Does Panasonic make films? No.
Nope.
Fuji make films. Until now, they still do. So, from film to digital, they retain the concept of films in there. So they have all these film simulators. Within building in most of the camera. So you can actually shoot straight out JPEG,
Yes.
and that picture looks like film light. You don't have to process them.
That makes sense.
That's one of the uniqueness of Fujifilm as well. That's why, okay, so I can put in my personal touch right now. So you see how it has the optical viewfinder, which means the hybrid viewfinders. And then you see how they have fixed focal lengths. And this type of stuff, a lot of different camera companies don't really make that because they want to make an efficient camera for people to use.
Yes.
But Fuji realized what photography is. It's, even though it switched to digital, they want to retain the pureness of photography, make it fun to take picture.
Yes.
True story, personal story. I've been shooting professionally for so long that at some point I lost it. Like, I only pick up my camera if I have to work. If I don't, I just let it down because I feel when I pick up a camera, it's work.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Right.
It is a time that when someone introduced me to play with a Fuji camera. I forgot what brand that is, like way back, like XT2 or something. I was holding on to it, and the feel of the camera is different because it's retro, it's vintage, and it's stylish, and then also all the dialogue functionality, the way that they let you take the picture, it made me feel fun again. It made me fun taking picture again.
Exactly.
And then I go to menu playing with all the. Okay, I'm a retoucher, so I shoot raw, obviously, so I can get all that.
Yes.
But shooting JPEG in a Fuji with all this film simulator is just so darn fun. I'm telling you.
It is. I mean, I can see the excitement of it right now. Just looking at this, like you want to go back and shoot because you can dial in your color science right when you shoot the picture, right? It goes back to like making it perfect in camera again. The excitement of like the moment's happening, you dial in your setting, you wait for it, you know what you're gonna get, you shoot it, you see the results, and that's it. You don't go back to edit your raw like you could do with all your other work, right? There's a time and place for that, but this allows you to have the excitement and relive the experience of photography the way it's always been on the street while you're shooting.
It kind of reminds you, I mean, to be honest, all camera can do that if you want to be careful about it, get it right in the camera.
Yes.
But the way they set up the camera, the button, the functions and everything, it keep reminding you to do that. And a lot of cameras don't do that. I mean, who has a hybrid viewfinder?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we'll go into the other lines of Fuji X Series camera, and you'll see like some of the stuff they do is actually really weird. But then you think about it, it's like, oh, it makes sense because it brings you back.
It's unique. The word is unique.
Okay, it's unique. It's very different, and it's not typical to like all other brands out there. So okay, so again, that was the X100V.
X100V.
Right? So let's take a look at another one. This one's also a fixed lens compact. So what's different with this one?
Oh, this is more like a compact version of the X100. This is XF10, I believe, right? Every single line, like high-end, they have a low line. So this is more, if you can see the body is not as fine-tuned aluminum, so it costs less to make, meaning the camera itself is cheaper. But it also do what X100 can do if you just want to take pictures. It just all the stylish, all the not functionality, but the design is not there. It's just a simple camera. That's pretty much it. So anybody who just want a camera with fixed lens, there's no viewfinder, but that's a built-in flash in there. You see that viewfinder area? It's become a flash, built-in flash now. So it's a simple taking picture camera, period. So that's the difference.
Cool. And since we are on the topic of this fixed lens compact, let me bring it back to Amazon. So this is the one that we were talking about earlier, the X100.
X100V.
Right. Yeah. This is the nicer one, and this is the going price on Amazon. So we'll jump back to our presentation here.
Actually, 1300 is not that bad. I might get one.
Right. Remember, that's a nicer one. That's the X100V. So now we talk about the XTX series.
Okay.
Yeah, this is confusing because I see XTX.
Okay, this is the X stand for numbers. Okay, I mean the second small X stand for numbers. So it's the XT series, series, but
like
they
the
have
XT3
different lines.
or the XT4 or the XT2.
So the current right now I have is the XT3.
Yeah.
They have the first generation, so they have XT1, XT2 now. The one I own is XT3, and the newest model is XT4. It should be on sale soon. So this is Fuji's premium SLR style body. So what's the difference? The viewfinder is in the center, just like all the other digital camera now. And it is full weather seal. Okay, it has adjustable screen. For my XT3, it can only kind of slide out above and shift a little bit. But with XT4, it has 180 LCD. So
Yes.
I think the reason for that because for the new XT4, they also enhance the video capacity of the camera, so it's probably become one of the best camera for video recording, I heard.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a crazy good camera for vloggers. That is the reason
so
why
going to
I want
upgrade to
it.
the XT4. I think the reason why I did it too, because I told you. So in the history of the XT series, they never have in-camera stabilization, but with the XT4, they added in.
Yes.
And it's so good that it actually could compensate up to like 6.5 stops. So that's a lot.
That is a really big number. I mean, 6.5 stops is huge. That's
I mean,
just
I
crazy.
think like when I start knowing about in-camera stabilization,
Yeah.
it's like around 3 to 4 stop. Now it's up
Right.
to 6.5 stop. I mean, well, come on. So I can shoot with 1/10 shutter and still get a sharp image. Is that what I'm saying?
yeah, it's pretty crazy. It is crazy what this camera can do. Like check out the marketing stuff they have here on their website. Photography in motion, colors, performance with image stabilization takes video to a whole nother level with this camera. It's really good with video before, and now with the flip out screen and the image stabilization built-in body, it's really, really good. Like this is the camera to go for.
So there's an unknown, untold story about it. People use this to compete with other brands' full frame cameras. So this is only a crop sensor.
Yes,
APS-C.
that's right.
So
that's right.
they're using this to compete with other people's full frame camera. Then you know how good this is. This is at the max. They push the max of a APS sensor to the max to be able to compete with a full frame. Come on.
Yeah. And it's pretty crazy. I mean, if you think about it, like they're putting themselves at a handicap, right? Because they're competing with Canon, Nikon, Sony, and they have a 70-200 equivalent on this camera to compete against with full frame cameras. They don't even want to have their full frame camera to compete. They're using their APS-C sensor camera to do full frame comparison. That's crazy. That says a lot about the quality and the ability that this camera can produce. Yes, very much so. So right now, currently, the XT4 is not available. Unfortunately, otherwise we would have one right now, right? So this is the XT4. As you can see, it's not available. But if you want an XT4, I really recommend you holding it out for one because the XT3, although it has similar features, it doesn't have the flip-out screen and it doesn't have the in-body image stabilizer that the XT4 has. So I really, I'm personally
So
holding out
to
for this
break
one.
it down, difference between XT4, the major difference, I mean, minor difference I'm not talk about.
Yes.
The major difference is the XT4 has the 180 flip screen.
Yes.
And it has in-camera stabilization.
Right.
And it has more functions for video recording. So if those are something you're looking for, then the XT4 will be the one for you. But if you are just taking pictures, then I think both XT4 and XT3 do similar, except for the in-camera stabilization, okay?
Yes.
So if you're like, we have really shaky hand, then yes, XT4 is for you.
Right. I mean, and then the cool thing about the XT4 being out means the XT3 just got cheaper, and it's going to keep getting cheaper.
So if you never owned XT3 before, this is what I recommend. If you pick up XT4, and you will see the XT3 price drop, pick up one of those as a backup camera.
Yes.
You won't regret it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just because a newer, better camera came out doesn't mean the old one just becomes bad. The old one has been a standard in high quality image from Fujifilm, and it still will be. Just because a new one's out doesn't mean
the sensor and processor is the same.
Yeah.
So it is the same.
Yes.
It's just some features that XT3 don't have.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. So that's on my shopping list, the XT4. I want the XT4 because I like to do video. I do YouTube videos. I like to vlog. So XT4 for me. So let's take a look at the next one in the lineup. So what do we have here?
Okay, here's the XTX series, which the newest one is the XT330, XT30. That's a 330. So XT30. It's a smaller version of the XT3.
Yes.
Okay. The body build is not as solid as how XT3 is aluminum. You can see it's kind of plastic-y. That's why it's, it costs less. But it will do everything an X-T3 can do.
Yes.
Except there's no weather seal. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And it's smaller and lighter. So if you don't like camera that are heavy and want lighter, and you don't care about a camera build, then this could be it for you.
Yeah. I mean, it has a flip-out screen. It can record video.
It shares the same sensor.
Yeah.
It shares the same processor.
Yes.
It still have all the film simulators.
Yes.
It does everything an X-T3 can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except don't bring it out to play in the ring.
And it's smaller. I like that. It's more compact.
It's smaller. Yeah. I mean, if you notice all the camera, they have two versions for you to choose from. One is a silver black halftone, and then they have all black.
Yeah.
That's the trend.
Yeah. Let's just take a look at the marketing video for the XT30. I kind of like these
Look
videos.
how small that is. Look how small that camera is.
Yeah. So you got the same sensor. You got the X-Trans CMOS 4 too.
It's all there.
Yeah.
You could use all the X-mount lenses.
Yes. It's the little giant. I love the marketing term for it. Yeah. Yeah. Image quality and processor performance is the same as XT3.
It's like small. Exactly.
Yeah. Just look at how small it is.
So I actually thought about buying this as a second body too.
Yeah, very versatile. I love the film simulation mode. So cool. You have so many choices.
It is so fun to play with.
It's very fun. Yeah, it brings back the joy in photography with all these different modes. And you can use the film simulation in video recording too.
Yes. Yes. So if you shoot just MP4, then you don't have to like color grade it, whatever. You just put it in there, cut it a little bit, and you can use the film right away.
And you got fully automatic shooting with a switch of a lever.
Oh yeah, the XT30 has fully automatic shooting, while XT3 don't. XT4 they're professional grade, so you have to use the ammo. Oh, they have A mode and S mode, I think, but they don't have full auto like the XT30 has.
Yeah, and autofocus.
And they both.
Yep.
And the focus thing is the same. I mean, they both have the face and eye detection, so they track. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you can send your pictures right to your cell phone.
Flash.
What's that?
It has a pop-up flash too.
Yes, pop-up flash is nice. Yep. It just looks really elegant.
I like it.
You got three colors in this one, right?
I didn't realize they had it. They hide under the Fuji frame. We also had the hash shoes on top of it.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it has the hash shoes and pop-up flash at the same time.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm really thinking about picking up as a backup.
Yeah. Well, for me, it bothers me that the screen isn't rotate and flippable, just because for vlogging, but for pictures, it's great, man. You're getting quite a deal. Like, look at the price of this thing. It's quite a bit cheaper than the XT3, and definitely cheaper than the XT4. Literally like half the price of the XT4. So it's quite the deal. It's a great camera to start out if you just want to get into photography. It's not the cheapest one, but it's also one of the very highly featured one, right? It's got the same sensor and processor as the XT3. So it's right there in terms of performance.
I highly recommend get the kit lens, the 1855. You would think it's a kit lens, but this is probably one of the best kit lenses you ever had.
What makes it so special?
Because Fuji made it themselves. No, I have no one complaining about this. I mean, you could basically do a lot with just a kit lens. It's just this. And of course, you want a shallow depth of field. I mean, you probably have to get an prime lens, but then by like generally shooting everything, the 1855 is really good.
Yeah, we'll talk about lens in another video, but definitely
but
good camera.
Not today. We have way too much content.
We're going to take the whole hour, probably more, to talk about all the X series in Fuji's line. So again, this was the XT30. Let's go on to the next one. We got the XTXX.
So the older version is the XT100. Now the newest one is X200. This model here has consumer oriented, so it's more like everybody. It's not for not just for pro, or pro can use it too. Basically, pro can use any camera.
Oh yeah.
Again, even though it's for consumer, the viewfinder is still in the center. Again, there's no weather sealing. And this here, unlike XT3, this one don't even have the X-Trans sensor. It just has the basic beta sensors. And but it does add with adjustable screen. You see how the screen can just flip to 180.
I like that
So
screen.
if you want to do vlogging, this is probably the one.
So you might want the XT30, but I think I want the XT200 because the screen is so important to me. I mean, I don't have the nice sensor, and It's not quite on the pro level, but shoot, the screen is money for vlogging,
I
right?
know, it's kind of tempting now.
So check out some of the stuff they have on their website for the XT200. Look at that. Be ready for spontaneous moment. You got the high quality, high performance autofocus. It's got eye autofocus too.
Eye and face detection. Don't like because they share the same sensor.
Yeah.
But actually, no, not same sensor. Same processor.
Yes.
Not the sensor.
Right. But the flip out screen, I don't know why you don't go crazy about this, Jeremy, but the flip out screen to
because
me,
it doesn't have the X trend.
but the flip out screen is so amazing to get low angle shots, high angle shots. You don't have to bend down, you have to be on the ground, and you can flip around and you can vlog with it. But,
okay, I kid you not. I shot with other cameras which don't have X trend sensors.
Yeah.
Ever since I shot Fuji with the X-T3, and the JPEG came out, I kid you not, in the beginning of time, I tried to mimic. I shoot both JPEG and RAW. In the beginning, I can't get the same quality of shot ups or the colors with my RAW, like the JPEG that I shot straight up.
Of course, because you're competing against Fujifilm's color size.
This is where the name goes on. You know how people are like, oh, you gotta shoot RAW, digital camera, you gotta shoot RAW. But Fuji is making it hard for me because the freaking JPEG is so good.
Yes.
If I would shoot RAW, that means I have to put more work into to make it look good.
Yeah.
It's straight out look amazing already. So a lot of time I just shoot JPEG now.
Well, Fuji put a lot of technology and research into their JPEGs, and that's why. So we're looking at the H series. Oh, so hard to pronounce.
Yeah, this is the older model. This is the X. I don't know what type of series because the whole series only had one camera. This is the X1.
There should be HSX.
Yeah, but if they're gonna put in series, that means they might come out with X2. Now, don't quote me for that. I'm not sure. I'm just saying. Okay. So this is similar to the XT series. Okay.
Yep.
Personally, same thing. Center, medium, in the center viewfinder. Okay. It's weather sealing. Couple differences. Oh, it only has the X-Trend sensor 3. Now the XT3 and XT4, and it's X-Trend sensor 4. So the image for the XT3 and XT4 is better. Okay. Now the differences is the handling of this. So it has an LCD on top of the camera, so you can see all the specs.
Yes.
And also you see how the armrest, or is it called armrest? The handle, the grip.
Yes, the grip
is bigger. It's bigger.
Yeah.
So I actually play with those.
Yeah.
Just raw camera by itself, the X1 is really good to hand on to now. But for my XT3, I bought one of those wood handle to attach on it. It does the same thing. Yeah. It's actually looks even better.
Right.
So that is just like a, if you buy a car, you can put a body kit on it and make it better. Same thing, same thing.
Check out this video here. We can see how it works. Like one of the things that made the XH1.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one of the things that made it so popular in the beginning was like the image stabilization, right?
Yes, they're the first in X series.
Yes.
Has in-camera stabilization until now. XT4 has it.
Yes.
So that he become not as special now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like times goes by. This is an older model that hasn't been updated in a little while. Probably we wouldn't recommend this unless you want to use it for rugged sports, right? That's still where this one stands up strong.
I would recommend to get a used one because the camera build is so good.
Yeah.
Even used is still really good and that is affordable. So I do recommend that if you can get a used one.
That's true. Yeah, but if you're buying new, I would still probably recommend maybe saving up for the XT4 or getting an XT3.
Actually, before I know about the XT4 come out, I actually think about getting this as a backup body because of the in-body stabilizer.
Yes. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Yeah, the in-body image stabilization is amazing, and I can't believe that it took all the manufacturers this long to actually start bringing them into the cameras. But the XT4 will have the best in the industry with 6.5 stops of in-body image stabilization. Oh, that's gonna be so sweet. I can't wait for the XT4. But again, I digress because this is the XH1 that we're talking about here.
You see how this video here that they're showing
Yeah.
of this camera?
Yeah.
They're in a low light situation shooting sport and fast moving subjects. So that's to try to showcase the in-body stabilization with that.
Yep. Yep. High quality. H is for hero. I like that. H.
Actually, I don't know what H stands for. That's a good question. I need to find out what H stands for.
No, H is for hero. They even said so. Did you miss it? It's like
Did I?
Yeah. Right here. H for a hero.
Oh, so I must get this camera then because I'm a hero.
Right. Oh, H also stands for high quality. Yep. All right, let's take a look at the next one we got here. Ooh, this is very different. This is the unique camera, right?
This is the other categories, the rangefinder style interchangeable lens. So you see how the viewfinder is on the left side?
Yes.
Well, from the behind the camera, it's on the left side. If the front camera is the right side.
Yes.
That's the rangefinder style, and it's interchangeable. Like the first camera we introduced is the X100V. That's fixed lens.
Yes.
This is a rangefinder.
Yeah.
And interchangeable lens, so you could use all the X mount Fuji lens to use this one.
Yes.
And you see the back.
Yes.
Do you see what's different between this?
The back
is the camera I want to buy.
Weird, or I should say unique again, right? It's not weird, it's unique.
Okay, let's look at the bullet points. So what's so special about this one? Now the X100V that we talked about earlier is the foundation of all camera, right? The Expo series, what's so special about it is the Expo series is the first camera series that Fuji introduced their X-Trans sensor. So they are the first to have the X-Trans sensor in them. And for this build here is for the definition is for pure photography. That's why they hide the LCD.
Right. Ironically.
And also it has the built-in hybrid multi-viewfinder, so you can both have the optical and the digital live view as well. And it packs with the CMOS 4 sensor and the X processing 4. So it's really powerful inside both the processing speed and the sensors. So if you see the back, the specialty of the back is that the LCD actually flip out, meaning that they don't want you to look at it.
No.
But it has a little old LCD to show you what kind of film you're actually shooting on. When I say film, those are film simulator.
Yes, film simulator. Yep.
So this camera is just fun. It's about photographing. It's not about working. It's about photographing.
Yeah.
This is the camera I want to get so that I can have fun again photographing.
Yeah.
Not for work. Not trying to please my clients. Not trying to build my brand. Not trying to run my business, but take picture that makes me happy. Yes.
Yeah, very unique camera. I mean, it's definitely something different from what you see.
Look at the style. I mean, it's tilted, just look at that. Look how amazing the camera looks.
The style is really awesome. Yeah, pure photography. I love it. I mean, the design is very unique and it's very stylish for sure. And the fact that there's no LCD screen in the back to see your picture, it's just a throwback. Because it's very refreshing, right? You feel like it's limiting, but no, it lets you focus on taking a picture instead of looking at your shot, looking at your shot, looking at your shot. The only thing you can see in the back there is your film style and probably the ISO, right?
I think that's a choice for you. You could choose different film style.
Yeah. And there is LCD, but the only thing is it flips down and
I mean, you can always, after you shoot, you can flip down and check the picture, but then I think they built it that way for a reason.
Yeah. Less is more in this case. You want the simplicity, so you don't get distracted. Keep checking your picture. You focus on taking the picture because after you take it, it's already taken. You can move on to the next moment.
I mean, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but so many times that after I take a picture, I was reviewing my pictures. Most of the time, I might miss that moment in front of me because I'm checking the picture.
Exactly. It happens. It happens. I mean, you can't do both. You can't check your picture.
Look at that. Look at the hybrid.
Yeah.
We'll find that. I always amazed with that features in Fuji. Okay, so see, this is where you shoot films.
Yep. So in the back, that's what you see.
That's so fun.
Yeah, this is how you review your photo, right? You flip down the screen and you can see, you can zoom in, you can see your photo.
I mean, they still give it a high-grade LCD with touchscreens and all that.
Yeah.
It's just that they hide it.
Yeah.
They want you to focus on your photography. But
Yeah.
they didn't say that they would cut short by not giving you the technology. They still have it, all the features, all there. They just flip it back in.
Yeah. Go back to simplicity. Sometimes it's...
And also, I found this one thing, though.
Yeah.
Have you ever had... I mean, I'm not too much of like a caretaker of my camera. So a lot of time I have camera LCD got scratched and all that.
Yes.
But if your LCD is flipped inside, you always get protected.
Yeah. Yep.
So you can basically float into a double bag. You don't even need a camera bag. Just dump it into any bag and just walk.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's me.
It's cool.
I never carry camera bag or paddings.
Yeah. And I like that it has the X mount, so you still have all the tools, all the lenses.
Yeah, I can use all the lenses my X-T3 use. So that's why this is the one I want to get. Haha.
I prefer the X100V that we talked about, the first camera we talked about. Simplicity too, similar to this one, but it's locked you into one lens. And I kind of liked having just one lens or one focal length and not be able to ever change the lens. But again, that's the first camera.
Because I'm more like a portraiture kind of guy.
Yeah.
With the 100V, with the 23mm, it's a little wide.
Yeah.
For portraiture, it's good for capture moments and street photography.
Yeah, yeah.
But for this, I could actually make it to like a 56mm, it's like a portrait lens, and do a lot of portrait with this, and I think I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, and this one's got the weather resistant too, so you can.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, you
so
can.
So it's a high quality build camera.
Right here, this is all. Take pictures without distraction. Be in the moment through the viewfinder, right?
Yes, not the LCD.
Takes
through the
back
viewfinders.
To classics. And it's just it's the simple things that we take for granted now, especially when we shoot photography as a business, as a wedding photographer, as event photographer. You're always shooting, you're always worrying about pleasing the client, you always want to make the perfect shot, but now you can be in the moment and just focus through the viewfinder.
You saw that guy was sitting on the street, just waiting?
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
I kid you not. That.
Yeah.
I used to do that when I first started photography.
Yes.
I was waiting for the moment.
Yes.
But as I grow, as I have more high-tech camera,
yes,
I just don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I miss those days that like I have patience and willing to wait for photo to happen.
Yeah.
That's why I want to go back.
Yes.
This is the camera that could bring me back.
And that's really what Fuji is about, Fujifilms, right? They make these unique cameras that no other brand makes. They have the technology, but they also bring an element to them, like these unique elements that make photography exciting again. Like you have optical viewfinders, you have no LCDs, you have unique type of cameras that brings back the joy of photography. So
exactly.
Yes. And you got the color size, you got the JPEG, and I think this one's got the X-Trans sensor too, right?
It does, it does.
Yeah. So very, very nice, and all these accessories as well. Very cool. And let's take a look at...
I want to get this.
Yeah. Ooh, I haven't seen this one around. This is the XE series.
XE series.
Yeah.
This is the new XE3. It's a stripped down version of the X Pro series. It does not have a optical viewfinder. You can see that it's just like a digital ones, and it has nowhere to ceiling. So it does have the X mount that you can change the lens, and you can see the build quality is not the same as the X Pro 3.
Yeah.
So it's a cheaper version in a way.
Right. But I mean, it's still got the elements, right? But a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that you like the series, this is good too.
Yeah, it's minimalism, right? Exactly.
So if you look at the camera itself, it doesn't have much.
Yes.
Like button wise, like.
Yeah, it's compact. I think is it smaller than the X3 Pro? Or X Pro 3? Probably similar size, right?
Smaller, lighter.
Yeah.
Smaller, lighter than the X Pro 3. Yes.
Yeah, but same thing with, it's got the X-Trans sensor, the X Pro processor, and then you got the X mount body.
It has a third generation ones.
Yeah. Oh, this one has good grip too. Oh, you get the Bluetooth as well, so you see the picture.
Every single one has Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. It's a simple thing that you realize it's nice to have because you can take a picture and post it right away.
If you take picture with those like film simulator, basically you basically send it to yourself when you have to retouch it, just post it. It's cool.
Yep. These are all the features. Pretty awesome camera. This is like the lower version, slightly lower version of the X Pro 3. But that's why you have options, like what, based on your budget. Like if you look at the price on this one, so this is the XE3, it's like $700. Whereas when we were looking at earlier, the X Pro 3, it's quite a bit more, right? So depending on your budget, you might want to pick this up. If you're a purist and you're minimalist, you want all this aspect, but you want to spend a little bit less, you got this. You have options, right? So.
Well, technically, you think about it, like why people buy those name brand bags. I mean, you could buy any backpack carry stuff. It just makes you feel better.
Well, I won't get into that. I mean, there's in this situation, there's definitely pros of the X Pro 3.
It's the experience when you're using it.
Yes.
You know, when you hold it, the X Pro 3 or the X100B, you feel it. You know, you're owning a tool that allow you to pass your passion out. That's exactly what that is.
Yep. Yeah. Let's look at the next camera here. This one is very different. This is the XA5. Actually, there's a newer one too, right?
It's an XA7, I think the newest one is.
So the XA series is what you're talking
pretty
about.
similar. I mean, you can tell this is a truly consumer body. It comes with different colors, so everybody can enjoy it. And this one is only a beta sensor. It's not even X-Trans. There's no way to ceiling. There's no viewfinder. You shoot with LCD. It does has a pop-up flash, and the screen actually rotate 180 on top. So you could technically do vlogging on this one, and do a lot of even selfie pictures.
Yep. So I mean, there's a purpose for this one too. This one is more of a simplicity one, probably cheaper. Like let's look at the price of this one real quick. Yeah, it's got a more affordable price, but it has the flip out screen. It's got the latest of.
This one's new. See that? I didn't know they have that comparison before and after thing. So it has all the film simulators, and you can see all the before and after.
You can see right away your depth control as well. And you can,
this is kind of cool. Like, not just Fujifilm, a lot of camera has those like depth control now.
Yeah, well, true.
They don't tell you about the f-stop. They just say, let's give you more depth, and then just control and change the f-stop for you. Yeah, that's exactly what happened there.
Yep. Of course, you got the face and eye detection. It's good low light capability, allows you to shoot in low light. Still good, got focus ability in low light. 4K videos too.
There you go.
That. Yeah. You got the flip out LCD, good for vlogging. 4K
I'm debating either using this one or the XT200 for vlogging.
Yeah, there's some options. For me, for vlogging, XT4. I'm just gonna go all the way. I think it's.
I don't know, man. It's more too expensive camera that I'm afraid will drop it.
But you get the best of everything. You just have to pay twice as much.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, again, we got choices for people that want to spend, people that are willing to compromise, they can spend a little bit less. So again, that was the XA5, XA7, the XA series. So this is kind of a summary of the different types of cameras we talked about, right?
Yes,
Jeremy?
So if you do a screenshot here, it can kind of help you out to define which camera is good for you. Let's say if you want weather sealed camera, then you know for a fact that the XT3, 4 has it, and the X1 has it, and the X Pro has it. The others don't. If you want interchangeable lens, then you know the XF and the X100 do not have that.
Right.
And if you want X-Trans sensors, then you know the XT200 and also XA do not have that, right? So this is kind of help you identify which camera is good for you and what you need. Hopefully this is helpful.
Yeah, this is definitely a good overview. One thing you should note is this is a little bit outdated, right? Because I know the XT4 now has a 180-degree screen, right?
Yes.
So that's
XT4 was upgrade on there. Yes.
Yeah, so XT4 should be on there with the double star next to the adjusting screen, wide double star.
Yeah. Exactly.
So for me, when I look here as a vlogger, it's easy. I just look at all the cameras with the wide double star, and yes, as a vlogging camera. That's so important to me to have the flip out screen. And I can't wait because XT4.
Yeah, you know what? I think XT4 is a perfect vlogging camera because it have in-camera stabilization. It have a free screen. It has a fast freaking tracking focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be amazing.
You and I are both going to get the XT4, but for very different reasons. But
Yes.
I can't wait to like just get my hands on that and just really play around with it. I mean, a lot of YouTubers already got it. They play around it. They all say it's great, but you know, they all say good things. I want one. I want to see how it is. I can't wait to get one in my hands. So let's see what we got next here. Yeah, so this is kind of a roundabout, like your summary, right? So what do you have here? Yeah.
So for me, I'm actually torn between this free camera that I'm probably gonna get.
Yep.
The X-T4 is most likely 100%.
Yeah.
And I probably want to get the X Pro 3 myself. That's my personal camera, not working camera.
Yeah. For me, I would say definitely I'm looking at the X-T4. I want you XT4, but I probably want the second one camera to be the X100V. I like.
Okay, would you get all black X-T4 or this silver halftone ones?
I think I'm going for the silver one. Like if they have the dark silver one, I'll go for that too. But definitely wouldn't go.
No,
for
they only have two
black.
colors, only silver and black.
Okay,
that's
so
why
I
I'm
would go
getting
for the
that
silver.
XP4 with
The
charcoal
black,
silver.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, the charcoal silver. Looks different.
The X Pro 3?
X Pro 3.
I don't know. I prefer the X100V, so I'm not looking at the X Pro 3 too much, right? But
yeah, whatever.
see,
that's good.
This is exactly
why
why they have so many different cameras, because there's different people that want different things. Like, to be honest, the X Pro 3, I think that unique feature where you can't see the LCD screen is not so exciting to me. As much as I want to be not distracted, I still want to see my pictures right away. So that's why I think the X100V is perfect for me if I want to be pure.
I think it's a personality experience kind of thing, because I have actually been to the stage that after, let's say if I went off a photo shoot, my X-T3 whatever, and I don't get excited of when I get back and open up my files and see it. I know what I got already.
Yep,
I don't get excited. So I'm hoping that with X Pro 3, where I shoot that when I go home, I want to find out what I got.
Yep.
So that excitement of photography extend from just shooting it and go home opening it and look for the files. I'm hoping that kind of experience will happen to me.
That will be.
Because right now it won't, because I know exactly what I got. So when I get home, I feel like it's working. I have run it. Oh, let's go for the picture. You know, I don't have excitement.
Yeah.
I want the excitement back.
Yes, that is
I'm
one.
betting my money on the X Pro 3.
Well, I'll just do the X100V, and if I want to, I just won't look at the LCD. Oh, speaking of which,
good luck with that.
we have Katie in the chat saying hi. So hi, Katie. Thanks for stopping by.
Hi, Katie. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for checking out this video about all these Fujifilm X Series cameras. There's so many to choose from, right? Hopefully this video is helpful for you. If you have any question, we're going to be live streaming for another 15 minutes or so. Let us know if you have any question. We'll be happy to answer any question you have. Jeremy here is a Fujifilm X photographer, so basically a Fujifilm ambassador. He knows all the camera lineup. He's been using Fujifilms for a while now, so he's got a lot of expertise, knowledge that if you want to ask a question, he's the person to ask. So
I will answer anything you ask, except my personal stuff. Okay, anything related to Fujifilm, I'll answer. Not my personal. Don't ask how I am. Don't ask anything else.
Yep. So just kind of, since Katie is just joining us, I just want to really quickly go over the different cameras that we talked about and the price points, because we went over them really quickly earlier and we didn't hit the price for all of them, right? So here's the X100V, and remember this one is the one that I want because it's the purest, but it has a fixed lens and a fixed focal length. You cannot change the lens out, and it's always 23mm.
Not that I don't like it. I'm just more like a portrait person, so I need more like a portrait lens.
So
that's all.
For you, you can change your lens. Yeah.
If it's a portrait lens, I would love it. Honestly.
There you go. Yeah. So fair enough. For me, I like wider shots, and I like to be able to stick with a 23mm. So this is the price for it, the X100V. We also talked about the X-T4 that's coming out. We don't really have the price on that, but you can base on the X-T3, you can kind of guess maybe around 2200. I can't, don't quote me on that. I don't know exactly how much X-T4
It's around 2300, I think.
Okay, yeah. So again, X-T4, we don't know the price, probably around 2300. Then we talked about the X-T30, which has the same sensor and processor as the X-T3, but now you got a more compact body and much cheaper price. So the price for the XT30 is 1200 or 1300 there. And you got the different colors too. You even have the charcoal silver.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my alternative backup right there. Because it basically does everything that XT3, XT4 does.
Yes, and it's smaller, more compact.
And smaller and lighter.
Yeah. I would say it's a great one. Again, it doesn't have the Y star, aka the flip out 180-degree screen. So that's where this one comes in. This is the
XT200.
Yeah. So this one doesn't have the X-Trans sensor, but it's got that screen, and that allows me to take selfies and vlog.
Well, that's
much
true, because
easier.
you do video, the X-Trans sensor doesn't really affect that much.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then the price for that is a modest 700, right? So you got the performance and everything you need for good vlogging right here. So it's another great alternative. Then we went over and talked about the HX1, which is kind of like a little bit of an older technology compared to all the newer cameras that's been released right now. But they were one of the first ones that had the in-body image stabilization, which is now no more unique to them because the XT4 is coming out and it has even better in-body image stabilization.
It was supposed to be the only camera within this line has in-camera stabilization, but not until the XT4 come out.
Yeah. Yeah, but what this is a robust one built like a tank, and it's great for if you need a lot of endurance, you need to take it out to rugged environments. You can
it's
probably,
a rough camera.
Yeah. The price is not too bad, but the cool thing is because this is older technology, and if this fits your boat and you're looking for something like this, then you can get a used one.
That comes with the vertical grip and everything, man.
Yeah. Oh, this is the whole kit. Oh shoot, this is quite a deal.
Yeah. This is a deal. This is a super deal.
Right.
It comes with the vertical grip. You know how much that costs?
I mean, depending on the model. Like I've seen them cost between 200 to 300, depending on which camera you buy them for. So
that's off market. This is the original Fuji ones, man.
Yeah. So I can't comment on that because I don't know. But again, this is a price for a new one. If you're looking for a used one, you might even get a better deal too. Again, XH1 is a little bit older technology, so just keep that in mind if you're looking for this camera. We talked about, which one was this one?
That's my camera.
Yeah, this is the X Pro 3, aka Jeremy's camera.
Look at that.
Super purist. We got the LCD screen only if you want to look at it. Oh, and speaking of such, we got a guest here, Ken Lam. Do you know Ken Lam, Jeremy?
Yes, I do.
He says,
I can.
You should mention that the X Pro 3 is the very first camera body built with titanium. Oh, good call, Kenny.
You know who Ken is? Ken is an ex-photographer.
Oh. Well, welcome to the stream, Ken. Thanks for stopping by and giving us feedback about titanium. I did see that down here.
Oh, yeah, that's the reason why I want the X Pro 3 now. Okay, I remember.
Yeah.
I can drop it and I don't care about it. Well, I care about it, just don't worry about it.
But titanium, that's pretty awesome.
Iron Man.
Yeah. Oh, not only titanium, but you get magnesium as well. Yeah. So the body of the camera is made from magnesium, while the top cover and the bottom plate, which are the parts exposed to the elements, are made from corrosion-resistant titanium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you want an X Pro 3 now or X100?
XT4. Let me buy the XT4 first.
Well, that's a must. Okay, that was a must.
Yeah.
This is like a personal camera that represents, in fact, who you are. And
This is stuff like this does make me want it more because I'm a little bit of a nerd. Like I have an Acura NSX and I like that car because it has titanium push rods and it's the first car that had it. So like I'm a nerd for this technology. So when I see magnesium and titanium and magnesium, it's like, okay.
Tempting, huh?
We digress. But so we're talking about pricing. That's $1,800 there. We also talked about this camera. This is the XE3, which is kind of a lower cost version of the X Pro 3. Quite a bit cheaper, like $700 with all this stuff here. So if you want the uniqueness of the X Pro 3, but on a little bit of a budget, this one should be your go-to. And then we talked about, last but not least, a really functional camera, the XA3, that's more consumer grade.
I'm thinking about using this for vlogging.
Yeah, and it's great for a vlog because it's got the Y star, right? So, and it's a good price point too, $700, and it's got all the newest technology in here. It doesn't have the X-Tran chip, right?
No, it doesn't.
No, but in terms of like modern feature, because this one was the most recently released camera, it does have a lot of the more updated stuff until the X-T4 comes out. But yes, so those are the cameras we talked about today. Good number of cameras. I mean, we didn't touch on the older cameras, but pretty much.
No, that would be too long for the video.
Yeah, pretty much these are all the current X series camera from Fuji.
We didn't touch base on the lens.
Yeah, no. But you should really realize that when you look at all these cameras, there's one thing that sticks out, and we kind of hit it many times already, is that it's unique in that it brings back the excitement of taking pictures.
Yes.
And that's why I'm falling in love with Fujifilm cameras.
If you look at the design and also the way they put together features, it really, we're basically crowded with the society of like social media and instantaneous kind of, gravitations. And we lost the pureness of photography. And what Fujifilm here is doing is basically bring that back for us. As long as we're willing to accept it, of course. That's why I fell in love with it. I mean, in a way, I'm the person who always said, I could pick up any camera and take pictures, and it's all the same to me. I could pick up a Canon, Nikon, whatever. Taking pictures, but that's work. But I always, when I teach, I always say that, you got to put yourself into the picture to represent who you are. In your work, that's your branding. And in a personal level, a lot of people are using photography as like therapy, right? Taking picture give you kind of think time or moment, give you a peaceful mind. So if you just pick up any camera, yes, you can do that. But if you really love photography, some people would just love photography, right? I used to love photography, honestly. I mean, to be honest, I lost a little bit. That's why
come back to it.
I want to come back to it. And I want to slow down. And start smelling the air, smelling the flowers, feel the air, feel the wind, pick up the camera and just start shooting and capture that moment that was happening for that 1 second. But I feel like if I'm able to get the Expo 3 and not looking at the screen, I will be happy. I will get excitement. I'm really looking forward to that. And this is what Fujifilm is all about. I mean, people complain, they don't make full frame. Yes, they don't make full frame, but they make medium format. But have you looked at their line of X series camera? I mean, look how amazing it is. It's not just the tech spec of it. It is more of the way they build a camera. They build it for you to do your photography. It's not about giving you more megapixel, not giving you sharp image. They give you more than that. That's what I love about Fujifilm.
And I mean, they have all the comparable lenses, and they have their APS-C crop sensor fight right up there against Nikon, Sony, Canon's full frame, and still stand a great fight. And in some cases, they win because they got the smaller, lighter body, but all the same image quality and same. You can do everything you can with this camera as well as the other full frame camera. But this is a crop sensor camera, so. They're ahead of the game in terms of technology, and they add the uniqueness that brings back the excitement of picture taking. So.
And the camera looks more handsome.
They look great. I mean, those dials, they just bring out. I look at the dial and I want to just play with the dials because I could just see myself turning. You
gotta play with mine. You hear the click, 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 the solid click, click sound. It's so satisfying.
Not like my Canon where I hit menu, hit ISO, and turn the little dial. No, not at all. So these are all the specs. There's tons of specs. You guys can always go on the Fujifilm's website. The specs are all there too. Read over them if you're a spec nerd. They're all there. But we want to emphasize on the stuff that really takes the uniqueness from Fujifilm, which is all those little subtle differences that make these Fujifilm cameras so special. And to me, those are the key selling points. The tech specs are there, and they're comparable to Canon, Nikon, Sony. So they're there. We're just not going to talk about them because that's not the focus of what Fujifilm's and why Fujifilm makes their camera so amazing. So this is a collection of some of the pictures that Jeremy has taken, right, with Fuji cameras. So
Yeah, majority
feel
of
free.
pictures are shot with XT3.
So let's go take a look at some of these. Ooh, I like this one.
Yeah, this is like wait, what I did? Oh, I use a photo light, but use it as like a flashlight because they have a mono light sitting on it.
Yeah.
It's not flash.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. So this is like a really low light situation, but just a little light here and just enhance it. So look at the performance of this. It's pretty well done. I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
color
what you
come
want
out.
to focus on this is like the shadow area. It's a darker area. It still brings out the it doesn't,
Oh yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
look grainy. Yeah.
It's a crop sensor. I mean, normally you want a full frame to do something like this, but crop sensor can handle it. It's not a problem. I just need to illuminate the subject, and then the background came up fine.
Yep. Very nice. There's another photo here. Beautiful photo. Yeah, I love the depth of field.
Photos.
Yeah, the depth of field on the photo on the right. Do you remember what lens you used with that?
It's 35 1.4.
35?
So it's like equivalent to full frame like 50 something.
Yeah,
50
but
something.
I love how the background is so defocused, but yet it's not compressed. Like normally when you have portrait, the background is so compressed you don't even know what you're looking at in the background. It's just a blob.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of blur. I don't like that kind of depth. I want to showcase something, but blur enough that not distracted. But it's still what that is.
Yeah, very nice pictures there. Ooh, I like this. This is Bay Area Golden Gate Bridge, right?
Yes.
Right in our backyard, but we can't go there right now.
I know. That's why we're doing this. Otherwise, you would see us like grabbing on this camera and go and start shooting, playing around, and talking.
Yeah. Subscribe to our channel because once we can go outside again, when shelter in place is no longer a requirement, we're gonna go outside. We're gonna live stream the out of all this beautiful scenery, beautiful people with the greatest and latest Fujifilm cameras and have a lot of fun. But until then, you'll be stuck watching us doing this type of videos just so we can build excitement on when we can go out and have fun again.
Yes.
Yes. But love the sky in this picture. Love the detail and the colors of this. Again, with the Fujifilm camera. I think you're shooting with this with probably a 16mm lens, I'm guessing.
No, I think I shot this from a different way, also a 35.
35? Wow. Yeah. Autofocus was good? Did they have any problems with autofocus at 35?
No, not at all.
Amazing.
Look how tight shot this couple is.
Yeah.
And then also, this is not 1.4. I think I shot this like, I would say 5.6 maybe ish. I think that's top up. So you see the Golden Gate Bridge is also there as some detail, not blurry, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah,
that's right amount of softness right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say, I know a secret about this picture, Jeremy. That sky, although it looks great, it's not real, right?
It's not.
So one of the things that
you live in San Francisco Bay Area. You know how gloomy the weathers are, man.
Yeah. So I mean,
1 of 100 times you get actually a sunny day or night sky next to Golden Gate Bridge, man. Come on, so it is what it is. We gotta do our magic. We gotta do things that it works.
Right, and the thing about it is like people are very purist, and I respect that to the fullest extent. But sometimes your clients don't care how pure the picture is. They care that this is their day, this is their emotion, this is where they're at. But if the sky is gloomy, they want a nice sky, no matter what. And you can do whatever you want as a photographer, but you can't control the weather. You cannot control the weather.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing about the clients, though.
Yeah.
So you heard about, so a lot of clients, especially the grooms, maybe, the guys, they probably pay with cameras, too. So when they study your camera, like they probably know what kind of brand it is, right?
Yeah.
So they will know if you carry, let's say, like a Canon 5D Mark IV. They know, oh wow, this one has like good low light. It has a good camera, so then my picture quality is secure because he has a good camera.
Right.
Funny thing, I was shooting with the XT3. It's not all black. It's a silver, so vintage looking.
Oh yes.
And the bride actually comment, "Wow, your camera looks so artistic. You must be some kind of artist."
Yeah.
So that also bring a different effect, even though she knows nothing about photography. By just looking at your camera, they make you think you're artistic. So in a way, even though it's not full frame, but that because of the style and the design of the camera, it also helps.
Oh yeah, yeah. Stylish camera is always a good conversation starter no matter what. Even if you talk to the pro camera, the guys that have like the quote unquote pro, like I use a 1DX Mark II to shoot my wedding. So I might come up to a Fuji guy and say, oh, interesting, this is crop sensor, but I still respect and I still talk to.
Oh no, I got other photographers comes up to me and say, they're playing with the full frame camera and I'm shooting with my XT. Say, will this thing work? Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, it looks nice. Yeah, I know. That's why I use it.
Yep. And it comes back to the reality that Fujifilm is ahead of the game. They design these lenses and these bodies to optimize the sensor to the fullest. Even though it's a crop APS-C sensor, you're comparing and you can compete against full frame cameras from Canon, Nikon, and Sony and do just as good photos and better in some other cases. So just because it's APS-C doesn't mean anything. It's still a great, great, great camera.
It's nothing compared to.
Yeah, exactly. And this is another shot you did with the XT3, right?
Yeah, this is purely straight JPEG using the black and white.
Yeah.
I like it.
Simple, beautiful, lovely. Another great picture here. Gorgeous.
This is also in the Bay Area. This is something bath. What was it called? Pseudo bath.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, the area. It's cold there.
Yeah, I've been there.
But people like to take picture there, though. I don't know why.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Look how groovy this guy is.
But the angle. But the angle. Dude, this is your own photo. Look at those birds.
I can create my own photo.
The cliff. It looks amazing. I love this shot. That's why they pay you to take the picture here. And you took this with the XT3. Great job. Another beautiful
XT3
photo.
with the 5140 zoom all the way in. So this one is Las Vegas Ghost Town.
Yeah, I love the colors. I like how her dress matches with the building in the back. The color of the car just makes them pop, but doesn't take it over the subject. It's beautiful.
I know the color palette here is nice. It's pastel colors.
Yeah, cool. Really. You don't see that a lot in like real life situation. This color palette.
Well, this is Las Vegas. They got crazy thing, like a crazy pink Cadillac here. So with a teen house in the back. Yeah. So happened the bride is actually wearing blue. Yeah. So
and he's got the yellow.
It just works.
Yeah. Very nice. Another shot here. Oh, I love this one too because you found a car that has blue and yellow to match your blue and yellow. What? I love it.
Hey, I'm all about color. You know that.
Yep. Jeremy knows how to make the colors pop, or at least find the colors that pop so he can photograph them. Very nice.
So this here proved that rather than just shooting JPEG out, the crop sensor raw file, I could do a lot with them. As well. So it's enough information to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's a crop or full frame. It's like, what can you do in post and what can you deliver as a final picture? You can compare tech all day, but that's not the full story. Oh, look at who this lovely lady is. She looks familiar. Do you know her, Jeremy, personally?
That's my lovely wife. And this is a Microsoft commercial. Basically, she was supposed to hire as a makeup artist, but then she said, oh, she's pretty enough. That should be a model. So
there you go.
So this is an ad picture for some of the brochures they have in Hong Kong.
Lovely.
That's actually, that one shot with GFX 50R. Medium format.
Yes.
With a 110 millimeter lens.
Ooh, nice.
So you can see, lens.
Yeah, the background is so compressed. I can't even see the background.
It's just a blue background, that's all.
I'm just teasing. Of course, you saved the medium format for the most beautiful woman of all, right?
Of course.
Good choice. Woo! This is also the Suzhou Bath, the place you said you don't know why people take pictures here, right?
Okay. Yeah, that day. Well, this day here is awesome. Look at the sunset.
Yes.
Right? Just the other day was when I was shooting that picture.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell is this? Where's the sun?
Yeah.
But see, this is why I can shoot this way because the sun is there. The other time I couldn't.
Yeah.
And it looks amazing. I mean, it is beautiful, honestly.
Do you ever like get scared of people tripping and falling over those rocks because like they're very narrow and they're not sturdy and there's holes in those rocks?
Yes, but at least it's not me. So I always stay the hell away from it.
And you know the funny thing is,
lens.
every year I come back to this place, it gets riskier and riskier and riskier. The water seems like it's higher and the rocks seem to be deteriorating more because it's been in ruins for like decades and it just keeps getting worse. Ooh, this is
San
nice.
Francisco City Hall.
Yes.
This is shot with the 16mm 1.4.
Yes.
So I mean, normally I don't able to get those two statue on both sides. If I using like maybe back then with the full frame, it's like a 24mm. It's not as wide, but with the 16mm 1.4, that equated to, is it 1.6 times? So it's around what, 20?
Too late of a day for me to do math.
Yeah. Anyway, it's wide enough for me. This is the first time I can actually get something this wide. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever been to San Francisco City Hall, you want to get as much as possible in the frame because it's just so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's basically
And the 16 is perfect for this.
Yeah, it's one of the most beautiful architecture in San Francisco. Probably, I would say in the United States, but I haven't traveled much. But I'm always overwhelmed and blown away by the amount of detail and the beauty of the architecture at San Francisco City Hall. I take the same shot, but I usually use my fisheye lens with a lot of distortions. So I really appreciate how you shot this with a 16. So next time I come here, I'm gonna probably pull out my 16 and give this perspective a try. I love it. It looks good. And I like how you have the natural light shining on the couple, so it pops them even though they're so small and tiny back there. But they look good.
Because there's a trick because it's always one side bright. It's two sides. It's actually similar. There's always one side is brighter.
Yeah.
On the other side. So always put this. If you would do this shot, put the subject on the right side so they backlight them. Looks much better.
Very nice.
And also, it create a contrast of brighter in the center, darker in there, so you're more focused, even though there's a lot of details, but you can still see those colors. So that was the trick.
Very nice. Very nice. So again, we talked about a whole bunch of X series cameras today, and we kind of hit all of them. And thank you for Jeremy for taking your time with your Fuji X photography background as ambassador for Fujifilm. So you've known and you used and you can share all this knowledge with us, helping us pick out the best camera for our needs based on our budget, based on what we're looking for, on how unique and how much of retro style we want to bring back in our photography life. So I learned a lot. I hope you guys learned a lot by watching this video and figuring out which camera is perfect for you. Jeremy, anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
Well, I hope that by this explanation that you will have more understanding of what Fujifilm's cameras are about and what's the difference between the lineup in the X series. And I know I picked my camera. My camera is the X4 III. Have you picked yours yet?
Yeah, let us know down in the comments below what camera you would get and which camera you wouldn't want and why. Because there's so many cameras. Like honestly,
I would like to hear that.
Yeah, because honestly, there's nothing wrong with saying I don't want this camera just because it's not for me. Like I'll tell you, Jeremy, right in the face. Like Jeremy, I don't want the X Pro 3 just because I want my LCD back there, but I'd rather have the X100 V, right? So everyone has their opinion, and what I like about Fujifilm camera is that it's out there to be unique. And when you're unique,
that's the key.
Yeah, and when you're unique, it's not for everybody. But that's why the X series line is so big, because it's so big, you'll find one camera at least that you like. And for me, I want the X-T4 without question. Once I have my hand on that, I want the X100 V. And once I have my hand on that, I want another camera, but for now, those are the two. All right, so thank you again, everyone.
Medium format then.
Oh shoot, the medium format! I totally forgot. Okay, I changed my mind. X-T4 first, then I want the medium format because I've never shot with a medium format camera before because they used to be so expensive, but Fujifilm makes it affordable. It's cheaper than my 1DX Mark II. Like medium.
You saw
format.
the set I shot with the medium format in City Hall with that 110 lens with the depth of
I
field,
saw
right?
that. Yeah, we didn't post it here, but you can check out our other videos at youtube.com/pixelstabbers. We talk about all these different types of cameras and equipment, and some of the lenses that Jeremy uses along with the medium format. It just blows my mind. But that's for another video. Let us know if you want a video talking about medium format, because I'm actually pretty excited about that. But if enough of you are convinced, then this guy will put together the presentation for it. Otherwise, I have to do my own research. I don't have time for that. But let us know what you guys want to see, and we'll make it for you. Until then, have a great night. Thank you for watching.
I hope to
like
see you
and
next
subscribe
time.
to the video. Thank you so much.
Follow.
Yep. And we're signing out. So we're gonna end the stream now, and we're gonna end in 3, 2, 1. It's still running. I don't know. Are we ending? Oh, okay. We're done. We're out. See you. Bye. Have a great night. And we are done.